One of my earliest experiences with horror lied in the era of black and white films. My elementary school library had these little picture books of Universal monster films. I would read through all of them, learning new words and forming a love for the genre. One name that I was very familiar with was Vincent Price. I especially loved the film The Last Man on Earth. I suggest checking it out. But a favorite of the household was House on Haunted Hill. A 1959 American horror film. It would be directed by William Castle and written by Robb White. While notable for starring Vincent Price as the millionaire Frederick Loren, it was equally notable for its director and producer, William Castle. If you were going to see a Castle film, you'd likely be getting something a bit extra. See, Castle fancied himself a showman. When seeing House on Haunted Hill, you get an experience called Emergo, which would involve a skeleton falling from the ceiling. Or if you went to see The Tingler, some seats would be made to poke the viewer in an attempt to elicit a scream of terror, some even being paid actors who were paid to faint on command. A bit campy, perhaps, but hey, so long as my ticket doesn't cost anything extra, go ahead and put sprinkles on top. Though I do have to say, 13 Ghost had the coolest idea by far, being given glasses to see Ghost hidden in the film. It's actually a pretty awesome idea. I would take that over the 3D craze we had back around 2010. Now that I think about it, he's basically doing 4D theaters. Sadly, I won't be having any skeletons dropping for this viewing, but I'm confident I can find something to still enjoy here. The plot of House on Haunted Hill is pretty simple. You have a house on a hill, and it just so happens to be haunted. It's what it says on the tin. Frederick Loren throws his fourth wife a party there, inviting 5 individuals with the promise of $10,000, should they stay the full night.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts.
Scares, mysteries, and more fill their bones with a chilling terror as it becomes clear something more sinister is underway.
Our guests are here, unfortunately still alive.
Something like a decapitated Elisha Cook playing Watson Pritchard. He's here to inform us that over a century, the house has claimed 7 victims, including his brother, and nearly killed himself. Also, we get some head from Price. Wait a minute.
If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000. Or your next of kin in case you don't survive.
Don't worry, we won't be getting head from the whole cast. The monologue is solely to fill us in on who will be watching. It is also rather sarcastic.
It was my wife's idea to have our guests come in funeral cars. She's so amusing.
So our cast is test pilot Lance Schroeder, newspaper columnist Ruth Bridges, psychiatrist Dr. David Trent, and Nora Manning, an employee of Mr. Loren. All of them have found themselves in need of money, save for Trent who, well, greedy, is here to conduct research. Loren doesn't know why Watson has returned so willingly, and he asserts that Nora deserves the money more than the rest.
I picked her from the thousands of people who work for me because she needed the $10,000 more than most.
I don't know, Watson looks pretty broke, at least internally. Going inside to the coldest reception this side of the Arctic, our cast learns that not one of them knows the other, nor have any of them personally met their host.
I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
While they learn what their experience is going to be, Frederick goes to check on his wife Annabelle, played by Carol Ohmart. They're a happy couple.
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork.
She's a gold digger, and they both absolutely loathe each other.
You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all.
Okay, I could show this entire scene, as it's filled with great lines, but I don't want this video blocked. Okay, one more.
And don't sit up all night thinking of ways to get rid of me. It makes wrinkles.
Time to address the guest. And what better way to open up a haunted house sleeping than to break into the booze? It's also revealed that the body count has been 3 women and 4 men.
You planned your party very well, Mr. Loren. 4 of us are men, 3 are women.
Also, Frederick might be the one throwing the party, but the life of the party is Watson giving the tour. A murder here, a slaying there, and hey, We have a vat full of acid in the cellar, and if you put a jewel and a tiger statue over there, you'll find a very different kind of acid. Just a side note, but I love how the only party member to unnerve Frederick in the least is Watson. Throws a wrench in the dynamic of him scaring the guests.
7 now. Maybe more before morning.
That's cheerful.
Exploring the cellar on their own, Lance and Nora are soon separated. Then lights go out one by one, and oh no, it's Lady Mama. Wait, wrong film. Well, I've seen enough. Time to run for help. Luckily, Lance is just unconscious, raising questions from our ghost nut.
I wonder why they didn't kill him.
This isn't the cold open, so they need the cast to stay for a bit longer. Also, Frederick isn't just a proto-Mr. Beast. He's also a drink mixer. Back in the basement, Lance and Nora are up to their Scooby-Doo shenanigans, finding the walls are hollow along with something else. Not passing a skill check on being believed, she storms off and into the fake smile of Annabelle. Ah, so you're the latest model.
Why did he pick you?
I don't know. My supervisor just came and said I'd been invited.
Not that she isn't prone to eyeing the latest rims herself. She also starts playing the idea that Frederick aims to kill her.
My husband is sometimes insane with jealousy. Nothing matters to him then.
Yeah, lady, I think that's all the more reason for me to stay far away. Hey there, honey, you wouldn't happen to be conspiring, would you? Looks like Nora's getting some head too. And a hand.
Come with us. Come with us before he kills you.
Oh, Nora, calm down. That's just the groundskeeper couple. Also, the wife is blind. Speaking of wife, talk about putting the sash in sachet. Well, I guess we'll just let that whole killing thing drop. I mean, there's still time to leave. Scratch that. The door has just been locked.
It isn't midnight yet. Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now.
Did I mention this was an American party? Everyone gets a gun.
These are no good against the dead, only the living.
Hey, now, I've seen enough Romero films to know that the destruction of the brain puts them fuckers back down. So booze, fear, and loaded guns. This film could get a pretty high body count going real fast. Oh, and that head? It's gone now. She's starting to look like a real head case herself. This is a castle film. She could be a paid actor, which I'd assume all of you are. Now the head is back, but Nora is gone, and Annabelle's just hanging around. While Frederick mourns, Nora is found by Lance after she's been attacked herself. Unsure, she claims it was Frederick. Hiding Nora, a meeting is called downstairs, and it becomes clear that someone was involved in the suicide, thus making it a murder. With no escape possible, a plan is hatched for everyone to stay in their rooms until dawn. I'm sure nothing bad will happen if they follow through on this.
Good night, Doctor.
What about Nora? Don't worry, she's a little tied up right now. In fact, she gets a little bit of everything. Scary hand, hanging woman, and an organ playing by itself. Feel like that played out in reverse from what a scare session does.
An admission of guilt, Doctor?
After all this, the doctor and billionaire decide to split up in search of the house, but not before the doctor makes a house call. Turns out Annabelle is alive and has been scaring Nora along with Dr. Trent. She faked her suicide, something they'll blame on a party gag, and the plan is to get a terrified Nora to shoot Frederick dead. But if it was Nora at the window, who was hanging at the stairs, there's no way she'd have made that run, nor do we ever see the doctor with the monster hand. In fact, when listing stuff he mentions the organ, but not his hand. Makes you wonder just how haunted this house is. Now Nora's in the cellar, and so is Frederick.
No!
Well, Frederick, I'm something of a psychiatrist, but I also dabble in marriage counseling. Searching the basement for Trent, Annabelle finds a skeleton of fright.
At last you've got it all. Everything I have.
So, shocker of shocks, the guns were packing blanks, and this whole thing was a cheating couple's attempt at murdering a man for his wealth. Though Watson suspects the night is not over.
Coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
Hey, at least the skeleton had a pretty solid breakout role, being made on an estimated budget of $200,000. They had the money to pay each actor $10K, especially since it made over $2.5 million. It was this success that would lead Alfred Hitchcock to make his own low-budget horror film, a little something known as Psycho. Also, that opening bit with the various ghoulish sound effects would kick off haunting records, music people would buy and play during Halloween or such, to create a spooky atmosphere. Castle and Price got along so well during the filming of this movie that they would collaborate together again on the film The Tingler. And the equipment used for Emergo is still utilized in some special showings of the film. House on Haunted Hill is very much a campy film. I still think some of the scares hold up rather well, such as the rope at the window. Others, like the blind woman and such, are more what you'd expect from a Scooby-Doo episode. That said, the setting, along with the music and tone, is cozy. I could sit down any day and watch this movie. At just over an hour, it delivers on what it promises. What it doesn't promise is a surprisingly clever little conspiracy theory that serves as a crux of the film. While I still have questions in regards to the second hanging and a few moments, the film largely lacks in on-screen supernatural forces. Unless we're saying the bad juju of the house is enough to attract evil actions. Hell, the film ends with at least a few more hours of surviving the house, something Watson is truly frightened over. The writing and characters carry the film too. Nora is just the film's victim to be scared senseless, while Lance is propped up as the hero, though ultimately plays a very small role. The Doctor is a surprise given how little attention he's given until the last third. The big three that make the film fun and rewatchable are Price, Ohmart, and Cooks. The couple is both threatening and hilarious. Plenty of fun quotes that lead to both tension and levity. Cooks being scared shitless over the course of the film, but never going into a full-on quivering mess, is great. The VHS copy of the film cut out his first scene of pouring out the blood from the ceiling. As far as I can tell, it kept the portion with Ruth getting some on her hand the second time. Speaking of Ruth, her character is probably the weakest. She's often just left there as a character that occupies scenes. She's not bad by any means in terms of acting, just the story largely doesn't include her. So yes, if you're looking for something fun and spooky for a night of thrills and chills, you can pop this film in. Despite its age, the film has held up surprisingly well. A bit campier perhaps since its theater days, and lacking in the showmanship of Castle, but the final product is held up by a compelling story, frightful atmosphere, and some great dialogue delivered perfectly. This is a house I'd stay in all night long.
It's too late. They've marked you.
Ridiculous. The roof probably leaks.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.